Welcome back to Embrace Your Mind, the channel where we dive into important topics about self-discovery, identity, and personal growth. In today's video, we're exploring a topic that's not only vital, but also incredibly empowering: transgender identities. We'll be breaking down what it means to be transgender, how people come to understand their gender identity, and the powerful journey of embracing one's true self. So, whether you're here to learn more or seeking support for your own journey, this video is for you. Let's dive right in. Throughout history, transgender individuals have existed, often marginalized or excluded from historical narratives, despite their presence in various cultures worldwide. Non-binary identities have been recognized across cultures for centuries, although the term non-binary may be more recent in mainstream discussions. Every transgender adult has a childhood experience where they begin to understand their gender identity. Recent studies indicate that a significant number of transgender youth realize their identity before reaching adolescence, a shift influenced by greater visibility and acceptance compared to previous decades. Despite increasing societal acceptance, transgender individuals continue to experience significant levels of harassment and discrimination. Many conceal their identity at work due to fear of discrimination, and a disturbingly high percentage of transgender youth report threats of violence at school. Scientific research, including studies of transgender and intersex individuals, supports the existence of a biological basis for gender identity. The biological understanding of sex and gender extends beyond traditional XX and XY chromosomes. Intersex people demonstrate that biological sex is more complex than what is typically taught in basic biology education. Transgender individuals don't all have the same sexual preferences. Like the broader population, trans people have varied sexual orientations. Trans men may identify as straight, gay, bisexual, asexual, or with other orientations. Similarly, trans women can also be attracted to different genders, identifying as straight, lesbian, bi, asexual, or otherwise. Non-binary individuals may find themselves attracted to men, women, non-binary people, or identify with other orientations too. Before 1971, transgender people had limited access to gender recognition in some cases, so Ewan Forbes legally changed his gender on his birth certificate in the 1940s, announcing his new name publicly and marrying his wife. His gender change was initially challenged, but the court ruled in his favor. However, the situation shifted in 1971 when April Ashley's marriage was annulled after her husband claimed she was a man due to her trans status. This left trans individuals in the UK without gender recognition until the Gender Recognition Act of 2004. Transgender individuals who lack a gender recognition certificate can still access single-sex spaces and services. The Equality Act of 2010 safeguards trans people from discrimination based on gender reassignment, even before undergoing medical transition or obtaining gender recognition documents. Trans men have the same rights as other men to access male-only spaces, while trans women have the right to access female-only spaces. Non-binary individuals are also protected under this law. Transgender individuals' right to self-determination in legal gender recognition aligns with international standards. According to the OHCHR, Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, it is considered best practice to grant trans individuals the ability to determine their gender identity legally. Several countries, including Argentina, Belgium, Colombia, and others, allow trans people to change their legal gender with a simple declaration. Non-binary individuals' right to legal gender recognition is also supported by international guidelines. The OHCHR encourages the legal recognition of non-binary identities, and countries like Austria, Iceland, India, and Uruguay have implemented such recognition. Some regions in Australia, Canada, and the United States also offer legal recognition for non-binary people. The number of transgender individuals in UK prisons is very small. Despite facing significant discrimination and financial challenges, transgender people are less likely to be incarcerated than the general population. According to the Ministry of Justice, trans individuals represent approximately 0.16% of the prison population in the UK. Only one openly transgender person has ever won an Olympic medal. That individual is Quinn, who plays for the Canadian women's football team. They won a gold medal in 2021 and had previously earned a bronze medal. No openly transgender women have ever won an Olympic medal. Trans athletes have been allowed to compete in the Olympics since 2004, following guidelines set by the International Olympic Committee. Despite misconceptions, transgender athletes are not dominating international sports. Most transgender individuals are satisfied with their decision to transition. The majority of trans people express happiness with their transition, and nearly all, 99%, report no regrets about undergoing gender confirmation surgeries. Only a small number of individuals detransition, often due to factors like societal or family rejection. Transgender people have a gender identity that differs from their birth-assigned gender. At birth, a doctor typically assigns a gender based on physical characteristics. However, some people's gender identity does not match this initial assignment, and these individuals identify as transgender. There are many ways to identify as transgender. A transgender woman is someone who was assigned male at birth but lives as a woman. A transgender man was assigned female at birth but identifies as a man. Some people may not identify as strictly male or female and may use terms like non-binary or genderqueer to describe their gender identity. Everyone has a gender identity, but most people's align with their assigned gender at birth. While many people's gender identity matches the gender they were assigned at birth, transgender people experience a disconnect between their gender identity and their assigned gender, which is the core of being transgender. Recognizing as transgender can happen at any age. Some people realize they are transgender from a young age, while others may take longer to understand their gender identity. The process of coming to terms with being transgender can involve reflection and may take years. Repressing one's gender identity can cause emotional harm. Trying to ignore or change one's gender identity can be extremely damaging to emotional and mental health. Acceptance and understanding of one's gender identity are crucial for personal well-being. Transgender people may face stigma, but living authentically is affirming. Coming out as transgender can lead to fear of rejection and discrimination, but embracing one's true gender identity can be empowering and life-saving. For many, this process is an important part of living an authentic life. Gender identity and sexual orientation are separate. Gender identity refers to an individual's internal sense of being male, female, or something else, while sexual orientation is about whom someone is attracted to. A transgender person, like anyone else, can have any sexual orientation. Thank you for joining us today on Embrace Your Mind. Understanding gender identity is an essential step in fostering empathy, acceptance, and personal growth. Remember, the journey of self-discovery is unique for everyone, and embracing who you are is a powerful and transformative experience. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, feel free to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Take care and keep embracing your mind. In this video, we explore the powerful and personal journey of understanding transgender identities. We break down what it truly means to be transgender, how people come to realize their gender identity, and the importance of embracing who you are. Whether you're learning about transgender experiences or navigating your own journey, this video offers valuable insights into self-discovery, acceptance, and living authentically. Join us as we dive into the world of transgender identity and how we can create a more inclusive and understanding world for everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content on identity, mental health, and personal growth. Transgender awareness. Gender identity, transgender journey, self-discovery, embrace your mind. LGBTQ trans rights, and mental health matters, inclusion, be yourself, authentic living.